How is sustainability comes into play?
Well, that is essential nowadays. It used to be a beautiful thing, you would say, because everybody, of course, wants to save the planet. Now, in my opinion, and at Campbell House, we try to look at sustainability as integral part of the process. But more than anything, I want sustainability to be meaningful. So how do you do that? Well, number one thing, I try to understand how and why products are sustainable, because many suppliers tell you, well, this is ecological or sustainable, but that's not enough. Tell me exactly why. And you would get surprised. Sometimes somebody says, look, this rag is made with plastic bottles. We just use this garbage and we made this beautiful product. Amazing. But when you start to dig in, you realize that that plastic comes from China and the project was in UK. So you're telling me that we used a boat to take some trash from the other side of the planet and bring it here to make the carpet, or the rug in this case. Therefore, how is it that this product is that sustainable? Perhaps it's not quite sustainable. I mean, I'm sure we have rubbish in United Kingdom as well that we can use. So you need to understand what makes something sustainable. And two other important points for us is proximity. If you work in, I don't know, Athens, work with local craftsmen, work with local products, local suppliers as much as possible. Often, as we designers tend to repeat suppliers we like or that they are good, but sometimes they are far away. So does that make sense to use them? Well, perhaps it doesn't. You then have to risk and work with people you don't know, but that's what will contribute to make something sustainable. And finally, I would say big advocate for vintage or secondhand furniture. So what is it more sustainable than reusing what exists already? You don't have to make it new. So that is spot on, like sustainable, because that object is there. We just need to source it, restore it, perhaps, but reuse it. Of course, you cannot do that often in guest rooms for obvious reasons, because repetition doesn't allow for that to work. But in public areas, nobody prevents you from doing that. It's a different way of working and it's more time consuming because you need to go to Athens, let's say, and see what you can find there in second-hand shops or vintage fairs or whatever. But if you do that, I think you can stand out as a designer who really comprehends what sustainable is.